Hello, my name is Dennis Seitzma. I'm in Homestead, Florida, USA, south of Miami, north of Key Largo, at the southern end of the Florida Turnpike, exit 5. This is Dennis John Seitzma Productions. This is my video documentary about my attempts to improve my 30-year-old 1994 Astro van that I've owned since new, and I noticed 54 views to my documentary overnight in less than 12 hours since I posted. So thank you very much, viewers. Thank you for your interest in my project that's ongoing. And today I'm expecting the new radiators from Napa and Amazon to be delivered, and I'll pick the best one that I like the quality of the best, and I'll install that into my project, and I'll return the others. And I am not guilty of feel guilty because sometimes things come in late even though they're promised at a certain time, and time is the essence for me. So I got to get this project rolling back on the road. It has been off the road for, oh God, a long time. Anyway, my target audience is Astro van enthusiasts and automotive enthusiasts, or people that may be interested in buying an older vehicle and putting a remanufactured engine in it. I got mine from Powertrain Products, and I wouldn't do this with just any vehicle. I'd do it with one that, you know, is free of rust like mine is, on the on the bottom where most vehicles get damage. I didn't make it to Napa yesterday. I did find in my bag of storage a CPI cap, General Motors, and that's the part number. I'm not going to read it. I'll just leave the camera on it for a minute. You can pause, and of course I'll do photographs. And I also found my single spark plug retainer for the #1 cylinder on my RPO L35 engine 4.3 liter V6, which General Motors made a large number of these sweet little engines, and they make good power. And people said, well, why not do a V8? It'll bolt right in. But I just didn't have the money to do that. That would have added significant cost to my project to go with a V. I would have loved to do it, and maybe I'll do it in the future if God and the economy blesses me with the ability to do it. But a tap came in yesterday. This is a 1/2 by 20, and I've increased my inventory of taps recently. This is a 12 by 13 bottom tap, and I'm trying to label everything because I own things that I bought and then I can't find them, so I'm trying to do a better job of inventorying everything that I have for the Astro van and keep it in a common storage area. And well, I think that's enough for the moment. Yesterday I took the 2005 Honda into Noe's Electronics in Florida City, and I had him remove the window tint because the window was moving slowly on the passenger side, and the tint was very old, and I didn't want to spend the money to have it retinted. I kind of like not having tint on the side windows on the passenger and driver anyway, so I can see the mirrors better. So I did that yesterday. Let me go outside and talk about what I got done yesterday as a recap. By the way, people, my spa needs to be completely rebuilt. All new motors and pumps. So yesterday I vacuumed the water out of it with with a wet vac and sprayed a little more stuff to clean up this shroud before I put it back on. And let me open the hood here. I put an equalizing charge on the battery using this Schumacher model 1280, I think it is, charger. I really like this thing, works good. Yeah. Hit the start button, puts an equalizing charge on it. I'm champing at the bit, people, to get this thing, get the radiator installed and my remote oil cooler and my transmission lines connected. Champing at the bit, man. And ordinarily I use this battery tender 800 on, I have a lot of batteries on this tropical fruit grove, and the avocados are hanging heavy on the trees, heavy, and I have carambola ready to pick, and they said we're not going to have any rain, so but I did next I need to get the support rods for the compressor, the air conditioning compressor. It's got several support rods on the back that have to be installed. And I did a little bit of wiring. I just connected the knock sensor, and that's the coolant switch that's underneath. And the knock sensor, I think, should be in the head. I haven't had a chance to look at the service manual to research that yet, but I will look at that this morning again in the service manual to triple check my work about where the knock sensor goes. And I think I got the connector for the compressor plugged in, and I'm trying to double check the routing of everything the way it's supposed to be compared to the manual. You see I've used some different screws to attach the power steering reservoir, and I hope to deal with these rust issues maybe sometime next year, and I want to order a new blanket if I can find a part number for it, because the iguanas ate this one. And I worked on the porch last night and cut this sheet down a little bit because the porch had a soft spot in it. I was afraid I was going to fall through and break my ankle, so took care of that yesterday. And let's see, what else? I do want to check the clearance on the starter for 20 thou, but I can't figure out how to get the gear to engage with the wheel. So if you know a secret, post a comment, audience. I don't know how to do that. I've tried energizing it, and it didn't like that. Putting power to just it didn't like it. It seems like it wants. Well, let me just leave it at that. Say it didn't like it. I still have to research and ferret out this pollution thing, and I've got some routing to do on the spark plug wires to I got it okay on the right bank. The left bank needs a little more work. Looking at the service manual, the dangling relay is something I added, and I explained that in another video, because my ignition switch was burning out every time I put the rear AC on high. One of the weaknesses in the electrical system in this series of Astro vans. And people were asking me about the condition of the interior. I have leather seats redone that I have abused. I need to clean these, and how do I want to say this? I don't want to say this. Oh, I need an electric base if I can find it. That's a standard base, and that's not correct for this vehicle. I want to put this back to the way it left at the factory. I'm not expecting to do a full restoration. I don't have the money for that or the time. For a full restore in a good shop like Phantom Works or Graveyard Cars and many others costs a fortune and takes months, usually over a year, to do a full restore on it. And this vehicle just doesn't warrant that. And I got to fix that rust over the windshield and solve the leak. And I'm going to do a temporary repair with flex paste. So that's pretty much a recap. Now, I thought I had a transmission problem, but it was in limp mode because I had a failure of the fuse block on the power window, PWRWD fuse holder. The brass contact had fractured, so I repaired that. I replaced the pin, and that's in another video in the past. And also on the ECM-1 fuse, also had so it wouldn't start properly without sticking a toothpick or something to wedge it. But I like this van because it's a window van. You can really see out of it good when you're driving, and I like the dual air on it. I like the factory tow package. This is really the vehicle I wanted when I bought it new back in 1994 after Hurricane Andrew destroyed. I had a 1970 Maverick I was working on that was totally destroyed. I mean, just flat as a pancake, like it'd been through a auto crusher. And I just put a reman engine in there in the 70 Ford Maverick before the Hurricane Andrew. I still need to find these screws. I'm going to go to O'Reilly and look for them because AutoZone did on Biscayne near the air reserve base. That was another thing they did to us here in Southeast Florida. When they closed Homestead Air Force Base, they devastated the demographic. All the science and technology people left with the air base, and a lot of the high-paying government jobs left too. They made it a reserve base, but it's really a very small operation compared to what it was before Hurricane Andrew. And you know, we didn't have a hero politician like Mr. Tubfield up in Alabama, and he fights for the military and the military presence in Alabama and Georgia and the, you know, that's where a lot of our work is done for the military stuff, is because of Mr. Tubfield's his work. But anyway, it's got new tires all the way around. It's got new brakes all the way around. Up top, it has some deterioration of the paint, and I did use some flex paste to solve the leaks for now till I can do a proper job. I'll probably end up doing the body work myself because I can't find a shop that will do it for me for a reasonable price. Golly, they want so much now. And, you know, even for a basic paint job with hardly any body work except for minor scratches and dings, they want over $2,000. It's ridiculous. Oh well. I made the money at $1.75 an hour as a bag boy, and now it's worth nothing. $1.75 an hour is nothing. How can you save for retirement when the money with inflation like that? So anyway, this is my project, and with luck and if good Lord, God's willing, I'll get the radiator installed today and get this thing running. I'll bleed the power steering and so I can steer it and stop it, and take it for a road test either this afternoon or tomorrow, I hope. That's assuming everything goes well. That's assuming, and that's a big assumption considering all the problems I've had. But you know, I think this is a nice looking vehicle. I really liked it when I bought it, and you know, I used to admire a '64 Chevy back in 1964, and I bought one, and I bought it for $600 and I sold it for $600, and I bought a Vega instead. Oh, what a mistake. I should have kept the Chevy Impala. I love that car, and it was a nice looking car, but it needed a paint job. So that's one of the reasons I don't let go of things that I really like, because my instincts were correct in the past, and I think that this will be a how do I want to say it? This is going to be a great project when it's done. And I also have to deal with the damage to the dash, but the videos I looked at, you basically have to fabricate a new one or do extensive auto body type sanding and plastic and painting and all this stuff, and you know, so I'll probably end up doing that unless I can find another dash the same color from a salvage yard. And that may be one of my Don Quixote quests, is to go to salvage yards. So sorry I talk so much, but I have a friend that's really a good automotive enthusiast, and he says the information is interesting and valuable to the enthusiasts. So audience, do-it-yourself work can be dangerous. Death or injury can result. This is a video documentary. It is not a how-to or do-it-yourself primer. And you have to know how to work on stuff safely and know a lot about self-rescue when you work alone. Like I've worked alone a long time for government. I was alone most of the time. So self-rescue was important, and I had to do it once or twice, get myself to the hospital. So thanks for watching. Dennis Seatsma, Dennis John Seatsma Productions, Homestead, Florida, USA. In the future, I'll be segueing away from the Astro van project and moving on to talking about my other projects. I have a 2007 Honda Civic and a 2005 Honda Civic. The 2007 Honda Civic is my best vehicle, and I ran it through Maaco for a paint job, November of 2023. And the Maaco shop, most of them are independently owned. They had a special Black Friday sale. I'd been getting estimates from everywhere for this 2007, and Maaco gave me the best deal. And I think they did a wonderful job. The Panama City, Florida store did it for me. And like I say, they're all independently owned, unless I'm mistaken, and I could be mistaken. The 2005 Honda Civic needs auto body work, and I'll probably do that myself. The rear glass needs to come out and solve a few rust holes, and the seams, the right seam, the body line seam is leaking and probably rusted and needs work, and it's leaking inside the cabin on the 2005. I bought 3 Honda Civics. The first one was 2004, the second one was 2005, and the last one was 2007. I sold the 2004. The reason I bought Honda Civics is in 2004 I had 2 kids in college to pay for, and I needed a fuel efficient vehicle to drive the 35 miles to and from my work at the Miami Air Traffic Control Center. And it was bumper to bumper urban traffic, so that made sense. And at the time my wife had a reliable vehicle, which was the 94 Astro van in 2005. So anyway, I liked the first one so much, the 2004, that I bought one for her in 2005, and we backburnered the Astro van as a farm vehicle and used it that way until today. You know, had the van 30 years now. Eventually the 2007 became my wife's vehicle, and been married 44 years, and she was putting 20,000 miles a year on a car, and so was I. So these two were doing heavy duty travel from 2007 until 2018. 2018, my wife wanted a Honda CR-V, and she absolutely loves it. We got the Touring Edition, and that's what she drives today, although it's a few years now and got 60,000 miles on it or so, maybe 70 on the 2018. Anyway, since these are getting older, I have to do more and more work to them, and I do most of the work myself, or as much that I can. Now yesterday I took the 2005 and had the tints removed on the driver's and passenger's side. Both of these have Wolfbox 360s. I installed those myself. I love having a 360 camera, and the Wolfbox system is fabulous. I've caught wrong way drivers, oh man, all kinds of stuff I've caught on video, but mainly I have the cameras for my own liability, because here in Homestead, Florida City, people go out at night wearing dark clothing as pedestrians, and you can't see them, and they will walk right in front of you as you're driving 35 miles an hour. And I don't know if it's willful or they're just not thinking, but you know, mainly the wolf boxes, the 360 are for liability purposes. And I had a little damage to this one before I put it in the body shop. Somebody ran a forklift into it when I was picking up herbicide at the farm store. And I have 1.25 inch hidden hitches on both of them, not for towing, although I have it equipped for towing up to 500 pounds for farm use, but for bike carriers that fit into the 1.25 inch. And you can see my Wolfbox camera, and my Wolfbox, there's a button I hit if I want to take a picture. If somebody pulls a gun or does something rude where I want to capture their plate or their identification. But I think I have rust right here on this channel. So I love my wolf boxes, and they have a little chip that you can pull out and then make a video production. And if you look on my YouTube channel, you'll see I have some wrong way driver incidents that and the driving schools love it when I post my wrong way driver, and they credit me for the videos. So anyway, today I'll be working until the radiators arrive on the GT5000 tractor. So we'll segue to that here in a few minutes. But I did want to talk about my other projects that I will be doing video. I plan, God willing, thank you Lord for another day. Beautiful weather today, beautiful flying weather. It's a Saturday, just gorgeous. Beautiful day today here in Southeast Florida. And I absolutely love it here on the farm. But I do miss my family who live other places, and I like to spend time with family. But I love it here on the farm, and the birds, the Everglade birds. And I have carambola that can be picked, that's star fruit, star apples. And so anyway, did some carpentry work on the front porch, so now I won't break my ankle when, you know, there was a soft spot. So I'm real happy with that, how that came out. But I got to put the gingerbread, the lattices, got to put those back on today. I had a little dog that would fall off the porch. Poor little thing was blind. My little doggy, years ago, she went to be with God a while ago, and I know all the animals I've loved are waiting for me in heaven, all my pets in years past. So anyway, want to run the boat engine soon, and I have some IOUs to people about things about marine engines, but I just don't have time to do those videos. I got to get the van going, and while I'm waiting on the radiator to come in, I'm gonna get the tractor work. I think the keyway failed on the power engine for the tractor, and it's out of time, and it's vibrating like crazy, but it's got good compression. So, Probably the timing is off with the ignition. And I'll pull the flywheel, replace the keyway, and I should be back in business and able to cut grass again with it. So that's the update, people. Give me a thumbs up if anything's interesting to you. Thanks for watching. Audience, you know I talk about public safety a lot, and I talk about tragic stories a lot. That poor young man was hit and killed by lightning in Fort Lauderdale. I think he had a great deal of potential had he not been hit and killed by lightning recently. And you know, wear light clothing or flashlights or some kind of reflective clothing if you go out at night. Don't stand underneath trees in a thunderstorm. It's so sad. I think had he lived, he would have been a real asset to humanity. And he reminds me of a few of my friends that I worked with FAA that are just highly intelligent, wonderful people. And but tragically his life ended. It's such a shame. It really touches my heart. But that's why I talk about lightning, and warn your family about natural disasters, what can happen to them in a tornado or a hurricane or lightning, and teach your children and grandchildren safety stuff and your immediate family. I try to, but people say I am a little over concerned with, but you know, I just know so many tragic stories in my years, and I share those because I want people to know about public safety. Thanks for watching. Okay, quarter of 12, September 21st, 2024. My name's Dennis Seatsma, Homestead, Florida, USA. Dennis John Seatsma Productions. Finally getting around to work on the van. A little bit. Mainly cleaning, organizing, trying to look for what I still need to do. I did find these screws for the upper grill. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's broke off, so I need to mend that somehow. Anyway, when I got it back from Jorge's Body Shop, this was not attached, so I took care of that. The old clips, the metal clips, were too corroded to reuse, so I took some JB weld and some grommets and did it on the back side here real good, so that's never coming off. I need to buy a new one of these because this thing is broke. The bottom is the only thing holding it, so need to buy that. Need an upper and lower shroud. Need to buy that. I need the bolts for the #1 cylinder exhaust, front and back, from GM, because I know the ones that Napa's going to sell me ain't no good. But I'll try to pick them up maybe today when I go for lunch, which I need to do soon. It's 11:45 now. Beautiful day for flying, little puffy clouds. I wanted to work on the GT5000, but probably can't for right now. We'll get back to this later. I'm going to cover it with tarps again. I had planned to work on it, but I did some other things instead. So, going into the shed, we have this situation. Time to work on the ABS, the 4WAL Kelsey Hayes, but this will be a separate series. I won't be talking too much about this, but I'm going to remove this upper unit that's hermetically sealed, and it's loose already. I've done some work on it in the past. This one has a bad electrical motor, so I'll be trying to remove that electrical motor and fix it. This is the one that came with the van in 1994, but I've got another one from a salvage yard, and these are hermetically sealed, so you got to get in there, undo the hermetics so you can get to the circuit board and reflow the solder, and then that should be golden. These used to be rebuilt by Asbestos, but they stopped all of a sudden, don't know why. So, and the way you test this motor is you put power to this connector and see if the motor's any good. If the motor's not good, then you may have more than one problem. Usually it's the circuit board or the motor or both. or the circuit board failed and caused the motor to burn up or fail, or the brushes. And somebody who used to work for Kelsey Hayes posted on one of my groups saying even if you had the motor, he says it's not the motor's not repairable, is what he said. But I don't know of any electric motor that was mass produced that isn't repairable. That just blows my mind. Anyway, this will be a different special video series. It's 11:48. I'm gonna break for lunch and run some errands in town, but we'll move inside here in just a minute. But I'm trying to put a charge on this AutoZone battery and not getting too good. Well, it's charging, but it's brand new. And use my battery tender. I like this because it's hermetically sealed and it's designed for outdoor use. It's very durable, so I like this thing. And all right, enough talking here. Next segment. Okay, I finished putting up the gingerbread. I don't have the cute little dog anymore. She lived a long time, 22 years I think. But I did put the gingerbread up because I may have visitors one day. I hope to pressure clean and paint this, make it look nice. So if I ever have visitors, friends or family or whatever, out here at the farm, it doesn't look like a dump. I like to keep the place looking nice. I need to get something for these steps. Some more of this anti-slip stuff. So next trip I make to town, maybe I may have some in the shop, or in the storage area I should say. It's not a shop, it's just a shed, short storage area. But I want to improve this a little bit more, make it look a little bit more human being. Nice. Although this is a simple house, that's what I wanted. I wanted simple. I did everything I could to make it low maintenance and hurricane resistant when I built it. That was my intention. And I got tips from electricians and plumbers and air conditioning people, and did a lot of stuff that they suggested for a custom home. The only thing I might have done better is make it a little bit bigger. You should have made it instead of a 3-bedroom 1-bath, it should have been 3-bedroom 2-bath, or 5-bedroom 3-bath. You know, something that's sellable. Most human beings want at least 2 bathrooms. But you know, this was not supposed to be my permanent home. This was supposed to be a shop area in retirement where I could operate a business out here. I thought doing high-end electronics, but that market's dried up. Everything's throwaway replaceable now when it comes to electronics. It's obsolete the day you buy it. The technology's running so fast. But back in the 60s and 70s, people would throw a lot of money at you to get their color TV fixed, or their CB radio, or ham radio, or most of the hams could do their own stuff, but marine radios, CB radios, there was a hot market for that in the Smokey and the Bandit days. So again, more talk. Sorry about that. Gonna quit talking. Next segment. All right. Amazon delivered the radiator made by a company, Agility, A-G-I-L-I-T-Y, Agility, and looks to be a pretty good product as far as I can tell. The material for the tank is hardened plastic. The material for the connectors seems to be, I don't know. To me, it's still an alloy on that side. I checked the connector. Obviously, the connectors are okay on this side because they had to be okay to take those brass inserts. On this side is what I had problem with the other one. It takes the connector. So this so far so good. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good for this one. And as far as date and time, it's a little after 5, Saturday, 2024. I think it's the 21st. That's the one I got from Rock Auto. And looking at it, it's also a heavy plastic. And I don't know if this is an agility. It's supposed to be a Spectra, I think. Looking for O-rings. See if I get any extra O-rings laying around here. But on this one, you could get the connector in there, but you couldn't get it on the, for some reason it would go on the top. So this one's going back to Rock Auto. And there's been a real heavy thunderstorm going on today. And we had another death from lightning over in Naples yesterday or day before. Latin American gentleman. Oh, got a lot of packages delivered during the thunderstorm. Latin American gentleman from Miami was on vacay over in Naples. Got hit by lightning and killed. So I am not going out when it's thundering. I don't know if we got another radiator there or not. I got to go out and check. I'm just now starting to stir after the thunderstorm stopped. Okay, the next step will be to install the lower radiator shroud. It's 15 after 5, and it's I don't know, 15 after 5, Saturday the 21st, Saturday the 21st September 2024. So we'll install a lower radiator shroud next. Lower radiator shroud. I need a new one, upper and lower. The radiator from Napa, the Agility one, that one came in the first. That came in at noon or 12:45 today, and then 2 hours later approximately, the one from Amazon came in. Now I've not opened the box from Amazon to look at the quality, but the one from Napa is like $100 more, and so I'm going to compare the two for quality. I haven't opened the box yet from the one from Amazon, but it's done by another company, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. Okay, this one came in from Amazon. It looks like the company name is goodness knows what. I can't read those characters, can you? There's the barcode. I don't know how to read that. www.dna. Yeah, okay, dnamotoring.com. Yeah, www.dnamotoring.com. And that one came in from Amazon. So I'm going to pull this out of the box and see what it looks like, you know, once I get all these staples off. This thing is really packed. They meant it when they shipped this one from China. It says made in China, or the box is made in China. I don't know about the part. Alright, let's get it out of here and take a look, see what it looks like. Alright, this is the one from Amazon, and this is the least expensive one. And this one was packed exceptionally, was packed like they meant it. Boy, they meant it. But it has the adapters on all 4 connectors, so that means the threads are good on all 4 connectors. So alright, so as far as quality is concerned, I can't tell the difference really. I'm gonna look at the metal here. Alright, so this is the same alloy as the others, and this one is the cheapest, and they already put the clamp and the blocker there on it. I don't see any damage. This one was packed the best. I mean, this was really packed. The one from Napa, they had the ends loose on it. I don't know why, but the flap was loose. And let's compare the two side by each. And okay. Alright people, I just can't tell the difference between them. So that one's from Napa, and that's a single row, and this one is a single row, and these both look the same as far as the shape and fit and all that. So I'm going to attempt to install the cheapest one and return the one to Napa, and return the one to Rock Auto that had the problem with the fitting. Now the one from Rock Auto, the only legitimate complaint I have is on the upper transmission fitting. That one, the threads on it, I couldn't make work. The left side is the oil side, and I had problems with that too, but it had those adapters in there, so the threads had to be alright. So I'm going to install this one. Let's get to work. Okay, I have to send this one back, audience. This one does not work with my 1994 Astro van RPO L what is it? RPO L35 V6 4.3 liter and VIN number etc. 1990. Doesn't fit. The oil cooler side is the right size and thread, and we'll talk about that more in a minute. But the transmission cooler side, it doesn't fit. It's spec'd wrong, people. Spec'd wrong. So I gotta return this one, the DNAmotoring.com, and I have to return this via Amazon, because that's where it came from. This one will not work, period, without adapters. And the one from Napa has no need for adapters, and I'll show you that in a minute. Next segment. Astro van enthusiast. It's 7 hours 12 minutes. Saturday, September 21st, 2024. Dennis Seatsma, Dennis John Seatsma Productions. Astro van enthusiast, Safari van enthusiast, GMC van automotive enthusiast. Guess what? I would be so upset right now if I had just ordered the one from Amazon and thought it would work. Guess what? It don't work. The 5/16 inch flare nuts for the transmission cooler, 5/16. I go to put it in here and it don't work. Don't work that way, and it don't work with the adapter. So this one from DNA whatever, it is going back for a full refund. This is the one I got from Amazon. I told you was so cheap. Now, what the hell is it that you have to have taps and dies for everything to figure out if it's good or not? This is ridiculous. Anyway, I bought all the taps and dies, and this side's okay. On the oil cooler side, it seems to be okay. Not sterling, but it does work with the tap. And I don't know, man. It's just so frustrating to me. That anyway, if I hadn't ordered the one from Napa, the one that fits and is spec'd right, I'd be upset because I'd have nothing to install right now. So since I have another one, I'm going to put this one back in the box. It'll be the last time you see it probably. and then we will carry on, as they say. Carry on. Astro van enthusiasts, automotive enthusiasts, the timestamp is mainly for editing, so I don't get these out of sequence. But anyway, this is marvelous what they have for Napa. Look at the quality of this connector and how strong it is, and it fits perfectly my connector. That's the one that came out of the van that's 30 years old. And then I got another one here, same thing. These are on the transmission cooler side, and that's a perfect fit, and it goes in really nice. So this is the one I'm going to install, and this is the most expensive one. This is from Napa, and this actually arrived first today, and I said I'd install the first one that came. I also said I'd install the one that was the best quality, but the other one I couldn't use. Now this one also comes with these adapters on the oil cooler, that oil cooler side, and we'll see if that works or not. Okay, hang on a second, gang. And I have taps for everything now, so let's see if the tap goes in nicely. And this looks like some kind of alloy on this side of it. That's fine. Let's see what this one is. This is the one that gave me trouble on the other radiator that I got from Rock Auto. It's a little wonky. Let's see. Wonky, wonky. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Now, let me get the actual line and make triple damn sure the Sunsong line works. Before I even attempt to install this, I'm checking all the fittings, because I'm so tired of wasting time installing something and then finding something wrong. And people say, when are you going to finish the van? It's like, it's not right yet. And I'm not going to hobble this stuff up. I'm going to do it right. I have a remanufactured engine in my 30-year-old van. I'm going to do this right to the bitter end. Hang on, people. Okay, it's almost sunset. I'm going to work as long as I can stand to tonight, but I got the lower shroud in. And keep your mouth closed doing this, because I got transmission fluid and coolant antifreeze in my mouth, because I had my mouth open. And I used a 13 millimeter deep well to install those two bolts. And Dennis, you got to buy new rubber mounts for the radiator on either side. These ones are okay, but they need to be replaced. So get those from General Motors along with the bolts that you need. Probably going to go to Chevy on Monday. I'm trying to get this installed tonight, but this is the new Samsung or Sunsong hose, and I don't know. I misplaced the gaskets. I got to get some O-rings for it. Okay, people. You see the time and the date. Now, I'll show you. This is the oil cooler side of the radiator with the Sunsong lines. And that's perfect. They are fine, people, fine. So, this one's flexible enough and limber enough and that I think I can leave it on as I insert this into the place for the radiator. This one I'll take off because I got easy access to it, and I'll put this one back on after this is setting in place. But it's getting dark out there. I may not be able to work much longer. It's like a sauna bath too. It's oh my, look at that. Look at that damage. And it's to the core too. So I may have a leak there. Dag nabbit. What else could go wrong? What else could go wrong? Is that a problem? It looks like a problem to me, people. Look at that. Oh, damn it. Damn it all to hell. Look at that. Shoot. Alright, well, this one may have to go back. Shoot. What the heck is it? Why is this thing so full of gremlins? What the heck? Alright, well, I'm going to install it anyway, and then we'll see what happens. And if I got a coolant leak, I'll take it back out again and order another one. But at least it'll allow me to put a few more minutes on the engine without it bleeding out. So, oh man, will you look at that? Alright, thumbs up, people. If you anyway, alright, at least you're seeing what I have in the way of. This is yeah, 5/16 flare nuts. What are these? I gotta look that up. I think those are 5/16 by 20. Let me check. Alright, correction. This is 5/16 flare nut for 5/16 OD line, SAE. But the tap is 1/2 inch by 20 SAE. And you need a taper tap and a bottom tap. And these are fine, so I don't need to do anything with that, but that's the deal, people. So when I write this up as defective, I have to be careful to specify the taps, the correct taps that I had. This is fine on this side, the SAE 3.16, and this is the new radiator. I can't believe that damage. Oh man, oh, that makes me so mad. I give up for the night, people. This is the last segment. I can't believe my bad luck with this damaged radiator. Change of plan. Tomorrow I'll take this damaged radiator back to the Napa store in Homestead and ask for my money back. In the meantime, I've ordered another one, and it's supposed to be here on Wednesday. Today's Saturday, the 21st. So tomorrow, Sunday, will be the 22nd, 2024. 23rd, 24th, it'll be the 25th before I can get the radiator. So, in the meantime, I'll do what I can do on sealing up that windshield leak and installing the support rods at the back of the air conditioner, which is going to require some study yet. And I have to study the service manual. Plus, I'm trying to help somebody on the Astro van group who says they're losing transmission fluid and having trouble with the transmission cooler lines. And so I took a bunch of pictures, but I can't find them. So they're in the phone there. So I gotta find them and then put them in the computer, and then share them with the guy that shows how I installed my transmission lines per the book, and give them pages from the service manual as a way to back up with what I'm saying is being correct and accurate. But I'm really tired, and so this is going to be it for today. But I just can't believe my bad luck that the thing is ruptured. And apparently it was damaged before they put it in the box, because the box was pristine. But I'm going to leave it on the bench overnight. I'm done. I'm absolutely done for tonight. And man, I'm really worried about the election results coming up here November 5th. If people want to know my politics, you can go to my Facebook page and see. But I don't like to talk politics when I'm talking vans. I like to stay on topic. But I am very concerned what's going to happen November 5th. I'm very worried. But this thing, I'm unimpressed with this. I like this, except for the damage. why are people so careless? I don't know. Wires, and this stuff's fragile. Why do they, I don't know. I don't understand people sometimes. I am one, but I don't understand it. But I'm not going to fuss with the radiator no more. I'm going to work on I got plenty of other things to do, like work on the GT5000 and cut my grass again, if I can get that thing running properly. It's running, but it's got some kind of problem. I got to figure that out. I guess I shouldn't use the ferret word. I should say figure it out, not ferret it out. I'm trying to speak proper English, not slang or colloquialism. But they speak differently in different parts of the world, even if they speak English, eh? Like in Australia. I've been to Australia and New Zealand. Oh, nice people down there. Good blokes, good folks. Oh, I enjoyed my time in Australia, and I enjoyed my time in the Philippines. My wife likes to take me to nice places around the world, and I like to take me to that was before COVID, you know, and before inflation chewed up my life with inflation because of this. And Rush Limbaugh, he said that a lot. He's, it's gonna be expensive. The green agenda. We're gonna get away from carbon-based fuel and gonna go back to the donkey and the plow, I guess. To, you know, but God is in control, not man, when it comes to the environment. But they're saying the price of coffee is going to go up drastically. Now, if the price of avocados would go up, that's cool. I got avocados to sell, and my avocados are better than you'll ever see in any place else. Right off the tree, they're better than. People say, my God, why can't you sell these? And I say, well, I do sell them, but you know, they don't give me nothing as a grower. The people that make it are the packing houses and the people that sell the guacamole in the five-star restaurants in New York and Chicago and, you know, places, these hoity-toity restaurants that sell you this fancy avocado, you know. They're the ones that are making the markup, not the grower. And that's why all the farmland's going to urban sprawl. You just can't stay in business as an avocado farmer. But I'm trying to stay in sustainable agriculture. But this is so frustrating. Why can't I get a radiator that works? This is crazy. And like one of the people said in the Facebook Astro van groups, and there's a lot of them, very popular vehicle, they're saying Napa is my go-to, and so far Napa's been the best. So, except for somebody who put this in the box at the factory was not being careful.